इंडिया में ना कल्ट अगर कुछ चीज होती है, एक तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस, लेकिन 99.9% ऑफ टाइम इट इज ऑलवेज अबाउट क्रिकेट, है ना? बचपन से कुछ भी है क्रिकेट, कल्ट फॉलोइंग, रिलीजियन एंड ऑल दैट. इन द लास्ट 5-7 years content has become cult. But अब जैसे कि small example before I introduce my very illustrious colleagues, and I'm a huge fan of them. But 2 years back there were 38 podcasts in this country. Today there are 44,000.
Oh.
How do you watch them? How do you listen? तो टेलीविजन एंड OTT प्लेटफॉर्म पर कितने शोज है, ये तो इसमें 2 0 ऐड कर दो. And that's why when the 3 C's are back with tripling season 3, there is a kind of emotional bonding that has happened with them. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me on the show.
Thank you.
Sumeet, thank you.
Thank you for having
Amol,
us.
thank you, brother. Manvi, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
It really is 3 of the most popular names, 3 of the most busiest actors. You, I know, were involved in a show yesterday also, which I wasn't able to go for. So y'all are looking very stressed out with the number of promotions. But congratulations on season 3.
Thank you.
You all deserve all the love. How does it feel to know when they say, I was reading some comments, this is an emotion now. ये तो बहुत बड़ा पार कर दिया है. It's not about content, it's not about, ये emotion है. इसका एक dialogue आ जाता है, they love his, to stick to the tonality of the characters. So just the trip, literally, I mean, यहाँ तो fun हो गया, but हाँ, just the trip for the last so many years with tripling, how has it been? Yeah.
It's been a trip.
Yeah?
It's been quite a trip. It's been a fun trip. First
Yeah.
of all, it's been a trip with friends. It's been a trip with family. And it has also gotten us all those rewards eventually of the following,
I
the
was
love.
shocked at how
Recognition,
big it became and how easily it sort of sat in with the
Our
audience.
first season was a little surprising for me because मेरा first time था. ये लोग फोटोज खिंचवा चुके थे पहले. उससे पहले सड़कों पे मैंने ज्यादा फोटोज नहीं खिंचवाई थी. So for you, I think that takes getting used to because आपको लगता है इंसान तो मैं वही हूँ जो मैं अगस्त में था और अब सितंबर में रिलीज हो गया. सितंबर में हूँ, 1 महीना ही गुजरा है. लेकिन सडनली दुनिया आपको अलग नजर से देख रही है.
स्माइलिंग थोड़ा ज्यादा
स्माइल हो रहा है, लोग ऐसे देख रहे हैं और उनकी आंखों में चमक है, या वो फोटो खिंचाना चाहते हैं, आपसे बात करना चाहते हैं, या फोटो खिंचाते हो तो उनके हाथ हिल. तो आप लोग कि एक सेकंड क्या हुआ है, ये क्या हुआ है, ये नहीं, ये सच नहीं है, ये ज्यादा क्यों कर रहे हैं. बट देन यू रियलाइज दैट द इमोशन इज रियल फॉर द अदर पीपल एंड देन यू बिगिन टू एक्सेप्ट दैट इमोशन कि नहीं, अब उनको प्यार हो गया है. और आपको एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ता है जब कोई आपसे प्यार करता है.
आइसक्रीम के साथ प्यार हो गया है. But your writing, I have to just, how should I say this? The praise is not enough. When you think of ideas, when you think they're so real, to carry a thread across, शुरुआत तो बहुत सारे लोग writing से कर सकते हैं, हम सब ने की थी, खत्म नहीं कर पाते हैं. And that's, I think, a bigger problem also, how you're able to think of a thought process for each show season. शायद पहली बार के लिए you maybe didn't think of succeeding ideas for the other seasons.
No.
But how tough is it to be able to now meet up to expectations?
Yeah, I mean, if I think of meeting up to expectation, then I'll get buzz out. But what I try to do is, like I was saying before, also there was something that worked is in the first season is how it made people feel.
Yeah,
made people feel a certain way. It brought back that feeling of sitting with family, sitting with your cousins. Having inappropriate moments in the family, and people say some random things that are hurtful also, but funny also. And I really dig for those moments in life. And that's what the show made people feel. And I thought, even in writing subsequent seasons, one thing that we need to stick to is that feeling. Whatever the story is, whatever the trip is, but it has to, the core emotion has to be this. That's what we stick to.
But you're the most ideal brothers and sisters. My sister, I mean, you don't really fight, man, for long enough. In an average household, the fights can go on for much longer. Yeah. Were you also not pleasantly surprised, but as the progression of the characters also went along, were you like really loving this? Would this be like your favorite baby of the lot? Because you have so many of them now.
No, I also was very pleasantly surprised because I didn't see it coming. And I also at some point stepped back from predicting what the show is going to be like, because I was like, you know what, I don't know. Because initially I was like, I don't know, and then suddenly it became popular, and I was like, okay, so I had no complaints. I mean, I was just like, okay, I'm going to welcome this with open arms. Like, I don't, even if it goes against what I was thinking or expecting or whatever.
So you didn't expect much, did you?
I was thinking because I wasn't sure how much it'll click in terms of, because that humor is it's very as
real.
funny as it is. Yeah, it's a little intelligent also.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, again, not to diss anybody else, but yeah. So it was. I thought maybe a lot of it will go above their heads. Or
So you
maybe-
basically thought that he might not be able to reach up to the mark that will be massy.
Because we found it funny, and we used to think that our sense of humor is above the rest and all. Clearly, that's not. I'm happy about the fact that it's not the case. So I quite enjoyed it, the whole fame around it and everything, and subsequent increase of that with every season. So yeah, no complaints.
Actually, the whole idea was a lot of the closet people who were, when I say closet, I'm saying they would just watch in their house.
Yeah.
They would watch online. They weren't interested in going to a cinema theater.
Yeah.
Weren't interested to go out. Now we've understood the fact that that is 90% of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ये current, it's almost like, I'm going to ask, is it payback also now? Good writing, good, and I speak to so many actors
I
now.
like this question.
But it's true, is it payback now? क्योंकि इतने सालों तक कुछ तो comments अभी भी थे. Why is it so underrated? I said, यार ये शब्द भी अभी यूज हो रहा है आपके शो के लिए, underrated. तो इनकी तो expectations पता नहीं क्या है शो से, right? So, but cinema is trying everything. अब तो ticket price भी slash कर दिए, less than a parking ticket.
Yes.
And फिर भी लोग अगर नहीं जा पाते हैं, this is also a great reward for your sticking to the basics of good writing and then realistic acting for you.
I'm sorry, but isn't it sad that, I mean, it wasn't always the case that good writing and good performance, real
नहीं, but ये तो बहुत जन्मांतर से है कि writer should be the highest bit. I also
Yeah,
always agree
yeah.
with this.
And
Maybe
highest
you are
credited
also.
or
I don't know
something.
right now, but they should be. I mean, I always feel that because you can't run on stardom always.
Yeah, like somebody the other day said, it's so good to see that now, because of OTT, there's good content. And I'm like, we should have had good content all this while. And I know that the minute we have like those masala films coming, people might even flock to those.
They haven't.
Depending.
नहीं.
Some they have, some they have.
बहुत कम,
One,
बहुत कम. हम लोग मसाला देख रहे हैं ना, मसाले के वो collections तो छोड़ दो.
मसाला भी इवॉल्व हो सकता है, मसाले में भी
But मसाले में
आगे
is
बढ़
not
सकता
spending
है.
more money. But coming back to that, are you happy in a sweet revenge kind of way?
To be very honest, no, I'm not happy कि उनका नहीं चल रहा है, मेरा चल रहा है. But I'm happy that at least the attention to writing has come after, I think, Salim Javed. Like there was a time when they drew a certain attention to the fact that it all starts with the script and you got to respect the written word. Yeah. And then it sort of got fizzled out for the longest time, and now it's coming back in whatever lesson it is. But I do feel that writers are very underpaid because I'm a writer and actor on this show.
तो बैलेंस आउट हो जाते हैं ना, आपको डबल तो देंगे नहीं सर वैसे टाइप का,
नहीं, so the amount I get for writing, in which I spend like almost 6 months wrecking my brain, and the amount I get for acting, in which I spend like 25 days, it's just doesn't add up. And I'm like, अरे पर इसमें तो ज़्यादा माथापच्ची की है मैंने, इसमें तो 25 दिन आके मैंने ये किया है, तो वो है. And
तो ये कंफर्म बात है कि कोई और शो नहीं लिखोगे आप?
नहीं, मैं लिखता हूँ मैं, but I don't write for money also. So mine is not a good thing. But I would be very happy if other writers got paid more because I make my money by acting and doing other things.
What other things?
What other things? Yeah. What are the other things?
Listen, but the dialogues are, for me, it's incredible. How the tonality of your character, so of course they all love you because the tonality of your character is so different. It's like when you have music and you're offbeat music, na, और वो अगर चल जाता ना, तुम्हारा character ही offbeat था. From season 1 to 2 to now, and so easy to lose focus in season 2 जब बहुत popular हो जाएगा first में. और first में बहुत सारी चीजें थी आपके हाथ में जिसको आप use कर सकते थे, सुविधाएं थी. Let's put it that way. But season 2 and 3 में, 3 I haven't seen obviously, but it's different. It's also evolved, but you still kept that offbeatness. How?
I think that's, first of all, that's in the writing. मतलब वो तो
Is it
writing है.
absolutely everything in the writing only?
I would say it begins with 90% of it is. In fact, उसका रूप अलग बना सकते हो. Maybe with the same writing, with the same scenes, some other actor brought a different rhythm to it. Right. But content तो वही था. और actually में ये ऐसा character था जो मैं ऐसा believe करता हूँ कि अगर 4 अलग-अलग एक्टर्स करते वो चारों अलग ही निकलता वो सेम हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि वो पेपर पे आपको कंटेंट मिलता है, इंसान नहीं मिलता. इनफैक्ट बिकॉज इट्स सो ऑफबीट, मुझे तो फर्स्ट
Yeah,
सीजन में ये
because the
प्रॉब्लम
timing
था कि
is
मुझे
brilliant.
इंसान दिख ही नहीं रहा था, मैं वो इंसान को देख ही नहीं पा रहा था कि किस तरह का इंसान है, क्योंकि किसी भी तरह का नहीं है वो किसी सीन में एक तरह का है, दूसरे सीन में इमोशनल हो जाएगा, तीसरे सीन में बोलेगा अरे मैं आपसे प्यार नहीं करता, आप बाबा कुछ नहीं आता, तो आपको लगता है कि क्या है इसका, कहाँ कुछ स्टिक नहीं करता है, वो मोमेंट के साथ बदल जाता है. तो इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी टू पिन पॉइंट दिस गाय एंड पिन हिम डाउन.
How did you think of this kind of a character?
आई थिंक इट्स अ चैलेंज. ये करके दिखाओ.
हाँ.
ऐसा था क्या?
No, and I get very fascinated with people who do anything. मुझे होता है
हाँ.
कभी भी कुछ भी करते हैं.
Correct,
And I
correct.
know I dig such people. I have some friends who are very strange. And I've gotten into like some very annoying situations because of them. Imran Rashid is one of them.
There is an aspirational quality to this quality.
Yeah.
जो आप लोगों में देखते हो ना कि यार ये तो मन का जी रहा है यार.
Yeah. Like how about a person who's genuinely free of complexes? You know, like this guy is free of complexes. He doesn't have any complex कि उसने ज़्यादा पैसा कमाया या वो ज़्यादा सुंदर है या वो ज़्यादा successful है या वो ज़्यादा अच्छा है. He's not thinking like that. But that does not mean that he's insensitive. There is a part of him which is sensitive. He's human.
Yeah.
But he's just not taking वो load ही नहीं ले रहा है. He's free. And the moment you see a free person, you're just like, अरे I want to be like, but I can't.
I want to be like him as a lot of us, लेकिन खो नहीं पाएगा यार ये अभी.
नहीं,
हालात ऐसे हैं.
वो भी है और थियरी में इजी है. जैसे चितवन तो मैं बोलता हूँ थियोरेटिकल कैरेक्टर है, मैं भी नहीं हो पाऊंगा, कोई नहीं हो पाएगा, बिकॉज वो फिर भी एक imagined world
Who's
है.
like the most realistic, do you think, in real life? I mean, I identify with him because I'm like Dadaji all the time. People call me. Yeah, because you know, ये कैसे कर रहे हो यार तुम ऐसे नहीं, allowed नहीं कैसे करना, हम ऐसे नहीं कर सकते. फिर बचपन की यादें आ जाती है. So who would you say was most realistic in the portrayals of this? Now the three of you all have known each other for so long.
Like who's closest to the
Yes.
mother.
I think Manvi is also very close to a very realistic person. Like I, in fact, as
थोड़ी रॉयल्टी भी है.
हाँ, royalty भी है. As Sumeet, I identify a lot with her character because I feel like she's in that spot where you know there are some people in the family who just want everyone to कि सब आ जाए, बैठ जाए, सब ठीक हो जाए, सब खुश हो जाए. इनका what is your problem? Okay, let me just you know there are some people who have this God complex in a subtle way कि मैं ठीक कर दूंगी सब या मैं ठीक कर दूंगा सब. Where you can't.
People try,
Yeah.
and they'll actually, most of the people actually find solutions to problems for other people's life जो अपनी life में
And
कभी
they
डाल नहीं
can't.
सकते.
Yeah.
ये everyone's a
And they're probably applicable to their lives also, but
Yeah.
वो खुद नहीं कर
खुद नहीं कर
but-
पाते.
जैसे कि हम जिम की बात कर रहे थे.
जैसे हम जिम की बात.
And he was blaming his family for not working out. ये realistic. You should put this in your
I will.
writing.
I will.
This you must.
Yeah.
And you must put it on yourself also. So
I
maybe
will.
we'll see like a bodybuilding. Okay, toughest thing, you know, when you're coming to season 2, there's like you've done one, you didn't think about it too much. Then you have now a 3 coming also. So maybe there's a car that is there, there's a road trip that is there, then there's a trek that is coming into 3. It deals with very broken families also, which is, it started with the first one as well, season 3 as well. Interesting way. Do you think we're all ready for this? Are people openly talking about this? I come from a separated family years back, and I remember when in 1986 when they used to say कि ये अलग घर से रहते हैं. It was very clear, you know. And so my mother used to say, you don't play with them, yeah. You come play tennis over here, no sweat. But today also I see this as a big taboo. So when you come into season 2 and 3, has this thought process also been interesting to put in for all 3 of you as characters also? Did you guys like sort of start to understand the audiences also much more differently now? बहुत साल भी हो गए ना, 6-7 साल हो गए.
See, I feel the idea was that okay, it's perception.
Yeah.
The perception of a perfect family is when you see कि मम्मी पापा जू चौपाटी पे आ गए, 2 बच्चे भी हैं या दादा दादी बेटा बहू और बच्चे और वो चौपाटी पे भेलपूरी खा रहे हैं और फिर शायद कोई एक जोक भी हुआ तो हंस रहे हैं.
Correct.
So the visual is that it must be a perfect family. But eventually, if you go and dig and start meeting people, you feel like they're really dysfunctional. अंदर से पूरी भसड़ हो चुकी. And then some of the people who on the face of it look like अरे यार इनका तो कुछ मतलब ये तो conventional नहीं है.
Correct.
But when you go and meet them, they're more open.
More simple also. Yeah.
Because they've gotten rid of the complex of wanting to look perfect. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was digging at. As to a lot of us growing up in the society, we want to look perfect. even at the cost of being terribly unhappy. But we just want to look perfect. And here's a family who, on the face of it, looks like they're all over the place. They don't keep in touch. ये कहीं और जा रहा है, वो कहीं और जा रहा है, माँ बाप अलग बैठे हैं, ज़्यादा पढ़ते भी नहीं हैं. ये उनका तो कुछ है ही नहीं. But that does not mean that love does not exist. And if you go to see in every season, whenever there is any kind of crisis, the family somehow comes together, even though they're cribbing. But they're just there.
But you never escalated issue to a large extent. Normally, I would expect more. There's no real fighting.
We resolve it before it gets escalated.
Yeah.
Unlike real life completely.
Yeah.
People have seen the season 3 trailer. Best reactions, friends and family. Not fans. Friends and family, what do they say?
No, they love it. They really, they keep telling me every time I tell them that, oh, there's a new season. My sister loves it. And she keeps taunting me about the fact that I've done 3 seasons of a show about triplings going on a road trip. And just like she and I, just
Never.
the two of us have never gone on a trip together. So I think at some point we might actually have to do that. Then there's... I have like these nieces and nephews, cousins, nieces and nephews. They love it, and they love Chitwan. They keep asking me, "Is Chandan actually like that?" And and I'm like, whatever, keep answering. And they're quite happy with it. My parents are a little like, "बहुत अच्छा, so funny," but गाली थोड़ा
actually,
हो सकता है.
गालियाँ
Like,
हैं.
and I'm like,
थोड़ा
"Mom,
बहुत
come
ऐसा.
on," like and then they're like, yeah. I shame them into liking the show. So then
It's actually, there's like a disclaimer which says substance and gali. When you see that, right, at the top left hand, substance and gali. Because I think, again, this was, would you have changed a few things now if you'd known 3-4 seasons हो जाएंगे? मेरे को पहले season में थोड़ा सा अलग करना चाहिए था.
I mean, it's also age. Like, I was also younger and I didn't use any of that for effect.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put in any kind of substance thing or any kind of abuses because it's going to create some kind of sensation.
Correct.
It was there because we have people who are just inappropriate in the family. And I like them. Like, in my family also, there are some people, when they talk, they're just like potty mouth. यार, ऐसे कैसे बोलते हो यार तू?
Correct.
And then there are some people who maybe don't use abuses, but they say the most random, my dad including. He'll say the most odd things. And I'm like, Dad, you
can't talk like
say that.
Yeah.
You have no idea. ये कितना ये रोएंगी अब अंदर जाके. काम उसको. So, and I find it very attractive. So, that's the space that it was coming from. It did not come from a space के नहीं ये सब लोग गलियाएंगे ये करेंगे.
Because I remember season 1 started with lots of galis in the first few episodes.
Yeah.
No, but if you
मतलब
notice,
उसमें भी मतलब मुझे ऐसा करते हुए नहीं लगता था कि हम
Correct.
क्योंकि बहुत जगह स्क्रिप्ट्स में ऐसा भी होता है कि पढ़ता हूं कि यार ये क्या है यार अभी हर जबरदस्ती क्यों डाल रहे हो.
Actually, that's a bone of contention for a lot of OTT platforms. Has that changed now? Gali, sex, things that should be taboo are picturized a lot more in OTT. So actors have more freedom to be able to do it. Makers have more freedom. But is that a reality? क्या actually एक portion ऐसा होता है कि इसको जैसे पहले item song डाला जाता था फिल्म में, इसको आप डालते हैं OTT में, ऐसा है क्या?
राइटर्स बताएंगे.
वो करते हैं लोग तो अब जब कहानी में कहीं दम नहीं हो रहा है या सीन में कहीं फीका पड़ रहा है तो कुछ ऐसा अजीब कर देते हैं. तो I don't think you should use it as a tool because what will happen is that eventually when you don't want to use it as a tool, when a character naturally arrives at that moment, you won't be able to do it because there'll be enough people saying, oh, why is this happening? Da, da, da. So it's that freedom, that college freedom that you're getting. Okay, you can wear your clothes and you can go out and you can hang
But
with
we
friends.
shouldn't abuse that.
But don't push it so far
Don't
कि
abuse
बाद
the
में आपको
abuse.
बोल दे कि अब तुम नहीं जा सकते या जेल ही चले.
But would you say no अगर बहुत ज्यादा हो जाता है? बीच में कुछ actors ने भी decide कर लिया कि अब मैं ज्यादा abusing नहीं करूंगा OTTs में.
नहीं मतलब
Character
मेरे
के हिसाब
साथ
से
ये
अगर है
हुआ
तो
है
है.
कि मैंने बोला है कि यार ये चीज मुझे ज्यादा लग रही है या यहाँ पे ये दो लोग क्यों किस कर रहे हैं अभी तो मिले हैं तो वो मोस्टली फिर हो मान गए हैं सामने वाले कि हाँ इट मेक सेंस. अब उनको शायद उनको भी लगता होगा यार एक्टर्स इसको तो बोलना चाहिए था एक और किस डालो.
सक्सेसफुल हो गए. ये सीनियरिटी के साथ भी I think हो
प्यार
जाता है,
से
right?
प्यार से बोलता हूँ.
हाँ, as long as you can open doors for communication, most people are receptive.
Yeah. Sometimes when they see an actor just saying no,
For the sake of it, yeah.
कि ये तो नहीं कर रहा. अब दो ही चीजें हो सकती है. या तो आप इसको निकाल सकते हो या इसकी बात मान लो.
नहीं, I think ये तो बहुत सारे seasons आएंगे. The big when you go you realize what is fake comments and what is real comments. इस बात के लिए मैं तालियां देना चाहूँगा Z5 को कि यार ये कुछ fake नहीं था उसमें. Sometimes when I go to see songs and all, na, and I realized they don't even check. It's the same comment that is
Yeah.
by different people that is just out there. There's a
copy
lot of
paste.
love that you guys have. And do you all ever get back and answer your fans and all that on these Q&A sessions? Do you guys do that?
I do it. Like as long as they're not being. Sometimes they start being creepy. Then, like the minute you reply to them, and then I obviously either block them or stop replying or whatever. But a lot of them are quite. Like they're fun people and I stay in touch and I quite enjoy because I feel with social media that's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest advantage, right? You have direct access to your fans. and you
With
can
girls,
slash
you're right. It's the only problem that sometimes it can
Yeah,
get like
yeah.
really obsessive. Are you able to be very
I
regularly in
think
touch?
थोड़ा सा खेल लेता हूँ मैं. But I like the fun element and I treat them like friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes treat them like lovers also. So they send me flirty messages and मैं भी वापस खेल ले. तू भी ले ले थोड़ा सा वापस. Let's play this game. So I like that fun relationship that you have one-on-one because then I think that is also an expression of who you are. That is also a medium of self-expression for me at least. And I like having fun with that, with the medium itself. Thankfully, हमारा problem ये वाला कम होता है because it might sound like a gendered statement, but girls are much more polite
No, of
and
course,
much
yeah,
more
for
articulate in how they express their attraction or love or
लड़के थोड़े से
लड़के तो आप मेरे को भी प्यार वैसे दिखाते हैं ना 5 रुपए की पेप्सी मेरा भाई सेक्सी उनका आर्टिकुलेशन ही यही है and from a girl I'll get a nice well written long message and you feel like replying or you feel like at least किसको मैं thumbs up तो भेज ही देता हूँ.
Social media is a double-edged sword. But congratulations, guys. This looks like 3 of many होने वाले हैं. Is your writing,
Can it handle it?
yeah, can you do
Multiple
4,
seasons.
5, 6?
Yeah, I
Sorry,
would love to because I really felt because after 2 I felt like there was a lot of
मसाला
content
बहुत है
over,
करने
हाँ.
के लिए, हाँ.
और similar space में बहुत सारी चीजें आ गई थी तो we were also a little lost as to where we need to go and good we took time or organically it happened but this time when we came back I really felt nice to come back to this space to shoot also to write this also and I felt like it's a thing that you should keep doing. We can get old with these characters.
Wow. लेकिन Bold and Beautiful के 11 सीजन हुए थे. Santa Barbara also went for 10 seasons. क्योंकि सास went for 17 years.
Friends.
So you have many years to catch up on. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
This is what works. Sometimes you always ask, is there a season 3 required? Do sometimes people just do it for money? I hope they're doing it also for money and I hope they're getting a lot of money out of it because the right talent sometimes doesn't get the right money. In this case, they should get the right money. And please, as makers, since he's a writer himself, double his salary on writing and double his salary on... then he can stop complaining about it. I'll see you guys soon. Take care and thank you.